Good day, everyone. I am John Franklin Bayon-on, and I will be presenting my crop production PowerPoint presentation for corn. 1. General crop description. Uses. Many cultures all over the world have relied on corn, which is the second most common crop farm for human use. Everything on a corn plant can be used, making it a useful crop. There's no waste of any corn. Tamils are typically made with corn husks. Food is made from ground up kernels. The maize silks are used to make therapeutic teas, while the stalks are fed to animals. Cornmeal, corn syrup, corn oil, and even bourbon are examples of food goods made from corn. Nutritional value. Vitamin C, an antioxidant that helps shield your cells from harm and fends off diseases like cancer and heart disease, is abundant in corn. The carotenoids lutein and zeaxanthin, which are beneficial for eye health and aid in preventing cataract development, are abundant in yellow corn. Along with minerals like magnesium and potassium, corn also contains trace levels of vitamins B, E, and K. 2. Crop varieties. Popcorn. The popcorn kernel has a glass-like, hard yet brittle, slightly translucent kernel. When popcorn is heated, the moisture inside the kernel transforms into steam, which creates enough pressure for kernel to explode and produce the familiar white, starchy, delicious mass. Flint. Flint corn is renowned for having a tough exterior that shields the delicate endosperm from damage inside the kernel. The name comes from the claim that this hard upper layer, as hard as flint, they appear to be made of glass. Flour. Since flour corn is primarily made up of soft starch, it can be processed into commer- commercial more simply than any other kind of corn could. When steamed or grilled, corn can be consumed at its immature or milk stage. At this stage, it is not as sweet as sweet corn varieties, but is sweeter and more sensitive than flint forms. Dent. The name dent corn refers to the way the dried kernel looks. Dent ears have tall, sturdy stalks to sustain their weight since they are big and weighty. The plants typically don't brush out with several stalks, which is a characteristic of flour and flint types. Sweet. When the sugars mature and begin to dehydrate, the sweet corn kernels wrinkle when they are dry. Varieties are available in a wide range of hues. However, as the corn matures past the mix stage, the color of the kernels will become more intense. Pod. Pod corn is a type of corn ear that develops leaves in the incorrect location, formerly believed to be the wild ancestor of maize. Pod corn is now known to be the product of a genetic mutation, according to the new scientific studies. 3. Culture and management of corn. Soil and climatic requirement. Summer crops like corn do best in climates with warm temperatures and late sunny days. Because seedlings do not transplant well, it is best to plant seeds directly into the ground. Corn, corn needs rich, moist soil in addition to warm, sunny weather. Additionally, make sure that the soil is between 60 and 65 degrees Fahrenheit before sowing seeds. Corn seeds will adequately germinate in the absence of this. Land preparation. The preparation of the site is one factor that impacts plant growth. Fields that have been properly prepared encourage healthy root growth and better weed, insect, and disease management. Good crop establishment depends on careful site preparation. It promotes weed control, promotes plant residue decomposition, and enhances soil health for improved root growth and nutrient uptake. The fineness of the soil particles in the topsoil layer is measured by till. Varietal selection. The strength and health of the plant that regenerated the seed, as well as the care used in selecting, drying, and sorting it, all play a role in the quality of the seed. Avoid seed that has been grown under adverse weather conditions, drought, excessive moisture, etc. It is crucial to select seeds that are appropriate for a soil climate and desired maturation period. Planting. Plant in full sunshine, at least 6 to 8 hours of direct sunlight. The soil must be suitable for corn plants, since corn has a tendency to soak up a lot of water. The soil should be well drained but continuously moist. The best time to incorporate compost or aged manure into the soil is in the fall. If that isn't possible, simply incorporate seasoned compost before planting. Fertilization. To create nutrient rich soil, add old manure or compost to the area where you want to plant corn the previous fall. Additional fertilizer can be added during planting or throughout the growing season because corn requires high nitrogen soil levels for healthy growth and development. A lack of nitrogen is frequently indicated by yellowing leaves. Organic fertilization. Chicken manure pellets have provide corn with the precise amount of nutrients needed for rapid and healthy growth. Corn requires a lot more potassium and phosphorus than other grains like wheat or barley do. We believe this is the reason pelletized chicken excrement is such an excellent fertilizer for the growth of organic corn. Watering, irrigation. Corn requires approximately 1 inch of water every week, especially as the stalk starts to tassel. Don't avoid watering your corn crop. Water stress during pollination will result in ears with plenty of missing kernels. Using a soaker hose or drip irrigation, apply water to the soil surface to prevent washing pollen off the flowering tops. Don't spray plants from above. Weeding and cultivation. Using cultivation to control weeds is still effective and affordable. These aren't many advantages associated with it, except weed control, increased soil erosion, damage to corn roots, more soil moisture loss, and an increase in weed seed near the surface are all drawbacks of cultivation. The necessity of cultivating is in doubt if pesticides have effectively controlled weeds. 4. Pest and disease management. To protect yield, any crop must be pest and disease managed. Typically, a multi-practice integrated strategy is advised. The most frequently advised disease management strategies for corn production are fungicide sprays, residue management, rotation, and hybrid selection. 5. Pest and disease management for organic production. Cultural practices. Some conventional cultural measures can be used to protect the crop from pests. Crop rotation and intercropping are some examples. Crop rotation is one potential strategy for avoiding pests from developing a taste for any particular cultivar or plant. Sticky traps. As implied by the name, a sticky substance is applied to these specific color traps. These devices are used to catch insects that are drawn to certain colors. A mobile trap in the color white can be used to catch cucumber beetles. Cucumber beetles will be drawn to a huge object that has been pointed white and move among the rows of crops. The yellow trap can be used for white flies and fruit flies and all other common insects. Then position the yellow trap 3 to 5 feet away. Mechanical or physical pest control. One of the easiest ways to control pests is to do this. This includes tillage, mowing, cutting, mulching, and creating organic soil barriers and covers. This technique also incorporates the straightforward packaging of insects or weeds by hand. Some gadgets can also be used to protect crops from pests. Row covers and protective nets with various mesh sizes based pests are included. Biological way of pest control. To minimize pests, this includes the use of helpful microorganisms that can be delivered to the farm. There are three types of this approach. The first is the importation of pest natural enemies, which are then released on the farm even though they do not exist natively there. The second involves increasing the population of helper bacteria that already exist naturally. The third is the preservation of pest natural adversaries that are already present in the environment. Oil sprays. Pests are suffocated by oil sprays. It works better when sprayed directly on the pest. One precaution must be taken in this regard. Do not spray on plants that are suffering from moisture stress. and do not spray during hot summer days. Use possible oils to kill the insect eggs and spray them on the bare branches of plants. To spray growing plants, use horticultural oils that are lighter and more refined, and don't spray during peak flowering times. Biopesticides. Plants or farmers are not harmed by biopesticides. Neem is the most popular biopesticide used by Indian farmers. Crops can be treated with neem water to keep pests away. Environmental risk does not exist with biopesticides. These pesticides have somewhat strict application requirement and a sluggish rate of action, but biopesticides have no residual problems, so they don't affect the crops. Harvesting crop maturity indices. Corn is harvested with a grain combine in the fall once it has reached maturity. As the combine travels through the field, its row dividers collect the corn stalks. The corn stalks are cut off from the corn ears and dropped back on the ground after the corn ears have been carried into the combine. Husk, kernels, and cob are separated by a machine with the combine. The kernels are kept while the cob and husk are spit back onto the soil. 6. Post-harvest handling. Maize is processed after harvest through drying, shelling, threshing, storage, and marketing. Along with the aforementioned tasks, there was also transportation, loading, unloading, bagging, grading, and sorting. There are four main steps to the post-harvest management of maize. The first stage is farm gate operations, which involve the shedding of and grouping harvested maize cobs when they are mature. The second is transportation, during which cobs are transported from farms to homesteads. The third is homestead activities, which include drying and grading of cobs, shilling of cobs and drying the grains, winnowing of grains, application of pesticides, and packing of grains at the household level. And the fourth stage is storage maize, during which studies have demonstrated that proper post-harvest treatment can boost earnings of corn farmers. Packing. To prevent mechanical harm and to make handling and transport easier, shelled corn must be properly packed in 50 kilograms of light green woven polypropylene sacks. Seed production. Male and female plants must coexist in order to produce seed corn. Male plants retain their tassels to release pollen onto female rose silks, while female plants have the male portion removed. The resulting seeds include genetic material from both parents. Early plant shutdown to desiccate the plant tissue and halt the development process in order to enhance the success of the seed corn. Early plant shutdown enhances seed corn germination under cold conditions. Today, our seed has an average cold germination rate of over 96%. And that's all. Thank you for listening.